When an author changes genre, there's this sort of fascination. Are they going to do something really unique in this genre? Or are they going to crash and burn? We're excited and trepidatious at the same time. Akwaeke Emezi's latest book, You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, is their debut romance novel. It's not like Akwaeke Emezi. It's not like Akwaeke Emezi hasn't switched genres around before. They've got 2 YA novels, 2 literary fictions, a book of poetry, a memoir, and now a romance novel. They're clearly a bigger fan of writing than they are of sticking to a genre. But is this book good? Should you read it? Milan was the first person Faye had fucked since the accident. They hooked up in a bathroom on a Memorial Day house party in Bushwick, with Faye's glass of Prosecco spilling into the sink and Milan's large hands sliding behind her thighs as he lifted her onto the bathroom counter. Emezi starts this book out really full on. There is a lot of fucking straight off the bat. There's swearing, there is gratuitous use of the N-word. It does really set the scenes because those things are there in the remainder of the book, but it is toned down later on. I think it's a cool way of sort of pushing the boundaries of a reader. Like, if you're going to DNF this book, you just DNF it now and we're done. Faye is our protagonist. She is 29 years of age. She's black. She's gorgeous. She has golden braids in her hair. And she's grieving the death of her husband in a car accident. 5 years, 4 months, 2 weeks. Faye's best friend, Joy, is one of my favourite characters in this piece because, like all good best friends, her advice is, did you fuck him yet? Have you fucked him? Why don't you go and fuck him? That's joyful. Faye meets Milan first, who she does fuck quite a bit. What I like about Milan and Faye's relationship is that what Faye is getting out of this, it's not so much pleasure as a reclaiming of her body. It's reckless fucking. It's bad fucking. She shouldn't really be having sex with him if she was proper and prude and all of those things. But what's wrong with fucking around a bit? When she moves on from Milan, she meets Nasir, Milan's friend. And Nasir very much is a prince too. Faye treats her right and goes really, really slow. Because for Faye, there's a difference between having sex as a casual hookup and having sex in a committed relationship with somebody she might actually like. As such, Nasir and Faye build a friendship. Nasir then offers to help Faye in their fledgling art career. Using his contacts, he gets her an exclusive gig on an island where his father lives and takes her on holidays there to meet his family. This is before they're fucked and they're even together. Faye is confused with what to take. Faye then learns that Nasir's father is Alan Blake, a celebrity chef, who Faye finds rather attractive. And we have our love triangle, and there's a father and a son in it. It's a little bit fucked up. It's a lot bit fucked up. I love how gloriously messy this book is. Life is messy, and while this love triangle is playing out, we sort of learn the back history of our characters. We learn that Faye has hooked up with her best friend Joy in the past, that they enjoyed a short relationship because Joy is a lesbian and Faye is bi, and why wouldn't they do it? They just weren't compatible. And the idea that there are different types of love is all the way through this. I love the casual introduction of queer characters in this book. It adds uncertainty. If everybody in your novel is straight, then all the men are going to date all the women, and sort of you can couple people off rather easily. In this novel, you question, some people are bisexual, some people are gay, some people are straight. You don't know who is what. You don't know who is actually bisexual and who is straight passing. What we are getting from this book is a romance novel. Pure and simple. If I had read this blind, I think I could have picked that it was an amazing novel. It's not your stereotypical romance novel. It's messy and layered and has issues in it. It really does ask the question of, why is this a romance novel and not literary fiction? I'm not sure what literary fiction is, and books like this make it really, really hard to see, where does it begin? What even is it? For me, why I read literary fiction is that it asks questions and makes me think, and that it connects me with characters and experiences that I may not have had. And this book does both of those things. I don't really know if it's literary or not. Like Emezi's other novels, there's a hedonism to reading this. It's enjoyable and fun. You end up supporting characters even though those characters are nowhere near perfect, because you understand them and you empathize with them. And that is the mark of good writing that I enjoy. If you have read The Death of Vivek Oji or Freshwater or Dear Centurion or any of their other works, you know that Akwaeke's writing is really digestible, and this is no deviation from it. Characters are excellent. The differences between Nasir and Alam and Milan, the three prominent men in the book, are really clear. They're very different characters with different motivations, and once more, different pasts and different histories that really shape a person, and you can really see the effects of their pasts on the creation of our men. Similarly, our women are very different women. Joyce is confident and out there, but actually super vulnerable. Faye is suffering this grief and feeling this connection with this man that is so not cool for her. We also have a prickly daughter, and we have a confident art curator. Plot-wise, this moves along in a nice click. It's not too fast, it's not too slow, and it's engaging and fun. It does everything that you need a plot to do and a little bit more. There's a few little Easter eggs in this book. The title of the novel comes from a Florence and the Machine lyrics from the song Hunger, about anorexia. It's kind of fitting that food plays such a big part in this story, that Alim is a chef, and that the sensuality and the joy of eating and trying new foods is so central to this book. The way that the taste experience or the food in gob experience is described in this is so sensual and is on parallel to the penis in vagina experiences. I also really like the appearances of some of Emezi's friends. If you've read Dear Centurion and you know who Catherine is, you'll be delighted to see them pop up. Similarly, Emezi's sister, Yagasi Emezi, pops up as well. There's just so many little things in here that tell you stuff about our author. Faye watches Bob's Burgers and BoJack Horseman. She reads Helen Omiami books. And I have 100% confidence that this comes straight out of Emezi, that this is what Emezi does when they're watching TV or reading books, that it's Helen Omiami and dark, funny cartoons. I love books that give you that little peek inside the author. Let's be 100% explicit. This is a very well executed book. It's very, very good. The question shouldn't be, is this a good book? The question should be, is this the right book for you to read? Emezi has come out and said that it's not literary fiction, it's romance. But literary fiction is a weird term that nobody can quite define, and this does feel like literary fiction to me. But I'm not sure why a book can't be literary fiction and romance. I don't see why both genres can't apply to this book. Certainly, you could have a historical fiction romance. I don't see what would make Caleb Azuma Nelson's Open Water literary fiction and You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty romance. I think that they're both romance and they're both literary fiction. That said, if you're a romance reader, this book has all the stuff that you want in it. But if you're a literary fiction reader, I think it's there too. I think we've got our characters, we've got our themes, we've got complexity and messiness and things to analyse and create a discussion about. Is Faye's treatment of our characters fair? Is it an empowerment of black femininity? It absolutely is about empowering black femininity. It is absolutely a black women rule and we love black women sort of book. We could look at this the other way though, that if you don't want romance, this isn't the book for you. Hopefully that tells you enough to know whether you will like it. I definitely think this book sees black women in a way that they will appreciate this, especially black women in their 20s that like hoeing about town a bit. Those women are definitely represented. And I think in a really positive way. I think this book challenges ideas around female sexuality and patriarchal assumptions. It's quite feminist in that way without being overly preachy. I just can't help but to love this book. It did everything that I wanted it to do. It was fun, it was engaging, it was interesting, it was thought-provoking, and it's a 5-star read. If you liked this book and you've not read Emezi's other works, very much recommend all of their other works. I think that the most similar to this novel is The Death of Vivek Oji. I think other books that sort of straddle this fun enjoyableness with a little bit of literariness, I think that Wahala by Nikki May is an excellent book that you could pick up. If you like romance and you like it just that little bit more literary, I think Alexis Hall is a fantastic author for you to check out too. Let me know in the comments if you've read this book. What did you think of Faye's treatment of Nasir? Do you think that was fine, or do you think there's something a bit dodgy there? What does Nasir's reaction to Faye's treatment tell us about his ideas of the beginning of their relationship? Let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and bash that subscribe button with a hammer. Bye.